Okay. Looks like we are we up and running? I'm just going to be staring at you. Okay. Looks like we are we up and running? We are. We are. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Uh, how's everybody today on this great Tuesday evening here in eastern Iowa? We've had pretty great weather over the last few days. The humidity level has finally dropped down a little bit, but it's only temporary. It is only June 16th. We have not officially hit summer yet. We still have July and August to go, so we take it. We like it. uh, Quite the variety of weather in this state. Uh, kind of start things out. I'm Kep. Let's chat. Let's just talk. I like to talk about a lot of different things. I can talk about pretty much anything. We have this nice plethora of information at our fingertips, and unfortunately, a lot of people have failed to actually utilize it and do the research and realize where we stand in the geopolitical realm instead of just going off of the main talking points of from the uh, major corporations that run most of the media, which I think we're down to five. So, and you would understand a lot of the aspects of where, at least I come from. A lot of other people come from too. Excuse me. Not really. It's left, right, anything like that. We want the Constitution to be followed, and that's 90% of our problem. Is we have politicians, not just here in the United States but worldwide, that have they don't understand our Constitution and have bastardized it in a lot of different ways. And I blame a lot of blame on the Supreme Court and Congress for just being retarded. I mean, yeah, the whole idea of the being a legislator is to make laws. Well, you don't always have to make laws. I mean, you don't have to, but you do, and it hurts. These laws, 90% of them hurt the middle class to poor people. They're there to take advantage to whittle us down even further, especially ever since, in my firm belief, we're our downfall in this nation. Even though don't get me wrong, this nation is the best nation in the world. I am very grateful to be born and raised in this great nation. I don't give a fuck who is our president at the time. I still love America. I still understand how we came to be where we're at right now. The sacrifices that were made back in 1775, at the beginning of the war, pre Declaration of Independence, pre the Constitution. We weren't even a country at that point in time, just a dream of about a third of the nation to have freedom. And we're 250 years in, and not a lot of nations have successively gone this long. So, but don't get me wrong, I love our nation, but I think we're the downfall, especially when we start talking about our debt, when we start talking about not being able to afford housing, uh, healthcare, all these major things. I place the blame right back into 1913 with the passage of the Federal Reserve Act. Um, that's my opinion. We started getting away from having gold as the backing to our dollar. You know, um, and I forget what it was. It was well, it was 5 quarters, 5 silver quarters, even into the 50s and stuff. That was a good day's wage. 5 silver quarters, and yeah, they're quarter ounces. I do believe so. That was a 1.5 ounce, 1.25 ounces, which I was going to go into this later, but we pull up silver prices right now. It's $70 for an ounce. That's 35, 17. That's about close to $90 a day worth of pay. I think that's what it was. Oh my. Sidebar. Sidebar, everybody. Much silver. Wow. So let's see here. Troy ounces, 0.8. Okay. Yeah, but so be it. Um, yeah, that's where I consider our downfall. But that is a huge subject. The conspiracies, the Jekyll Island um, meeting. It was backdoor undermining of our government, of the people, to create wealth, to make people seem better than what they actually are. But here we are. We are at the USA 250. We are days away, a couple weeks away from being officially 250 years old. We were not underneath the United States Constitution at that point in time, but we declared our independence. Actually, I think it was July 3rd, 2nd. No, the 3rd. They decided to do it. 4th, they wrote it, signed it. I should know that better. I should really know that fucking better. I really should. Anyway, most of the Declaration of Independence was written by Thomas Jefferson. We will do that. We'll get into the Declaration of Independence on July 2nd at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. But I kind of like these speed signs, or these signs that they have up. It kind of tells you, if there's an accident sometimes. Some around here are kind of, they give you estimates, they're somewhat useful information. But yes, the USA is 250, but the speed limit is not. That says who? I mean, you only get in trouble if you get caught, right? I mean, no, truth be told, I don't know if I would feel safe driving 200 miles an hour, 200, 250 miles an hour on the roads around here. We've had this gas tax for a long time. and our roads don't get fixed because the money doesn't, the gas tax doesn't go to the roads for some weird reason. We need to write a law that it actually will 100% go to it. I drink milk, so be it. I love milk. Not sponsored by milk, but I would take sponsorships from milk companies and whatnot. I do prefer raw milk. Raw milk is more healthier for the person because you haven't baked out all the good stuff out of it. With raw milk, you can turn raw milk into cheese right away. You can turn it into, you can get some good cream, always unpasteurized because you kill off all the goodness out of it. It doesn't take, it's real easy to make homemade yogurt. You just, all you need to do is buy one little thing of yogurt, and if you have cream every day, it only takes about 24 hours for like a tablespoon of real yogurt and put it into some cream. It will turn the whole thing into yogurt. um, Interesting tidbits. We all cheeses and stuff like that, that's all raw milk and creams being used. Just our everyday drinking milk, we feel we need to kill off all the nutritional benefits of milk. So that's a scam. It's stupid. Same with eggs. Eggs are real cheap now, thankfully. It's amazing how fast chicken egg prices come down when we stop killing off, 2 million birds here, 7 million there, because of a bird flu that's not even, it doesn't affect us. And I guess it only really affects chickens and turkeys, but yet we don't cull turkeys in that when they're in the wild. So it's a really weird subject. Um, so we got we had the UFC fight the other night. I did not watch it personally. A lot of people wanted to say that this is beneath us. We're comparing it to Idiocracy. I get the Idiocracy one, I really do. But we've we've had a lot of this entertainment go on at the White House in the past. Teddy Roosevelt hosted boxing matches, so is that much different than MMA? UFC fights? People don't understand that. Yeah, this before Lincoln was assassinated, there was countless things going on in the White House lawn every single day. People could come and go in and out of the White House. It wasn't until Lincoln's assassination that they actually shut it down. Lincoln was known for meeting numerous citizens throughout the day as he made his way from one room to the next in the White House. So he was a wrestler. Andrew Jackson was he killed a guy in a duel before he became president. Besides what he did, well, in wars like the Battle of, I think he was in the Battle of 1812 down in New Orleans. Yeah, he was in New Orleans fighting there. So, but anyhow, it went off without a hitch. Unbeknownst, I guess there was some people trying to blow the shit up. Imagine that. So, um, hi, kitty. Take a real. I don't know if you heard that. That's a loud ass cat. Um, anyway, one of the fighters, Josh Hoken, Hokitz, Hokit, whatever. Uh, Before the match began, he gifted Trump a gold chain, uh, what have it. And by now, most everybody has heard what he said. Michelle Obama is a man. You mean right, America? Of course, all the lefties are pissed off about that. And about 15% of the Republicans are kind of pissed about that. The rest of us here in the middle are going, yeah, that's fucking hilarious. Probably not the best time to say that, but fucking good. It's a conspiracy theory. Is she a Mohawk? Is this a Mohawk? It's a Mohawk. Michelle Obama has a penis. Thank you, Mr. Salty. So there's a whole fit about that. Of course, you know, Trump did. He made a little smirk. And okay, whatever. I mean, yeah, it was a tongue-in-cheek joke at the time. We'll consider it a joke. We'll talk about that here in just a second. But despite that, you know, these people.
And lastly, Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?
They didn't even.
So as Hogan
really...
wraps up his interview, walks away.
Oh yeah, there.
You can see the president there on the other side of the ring.
See the evidence that they're trying to use. And he's right there.
So as Hogan wraps up his interview, walks away, you can see
seeing his ear the whole time. He's talking to somebody else. So was he chuckling about that? No, probably not. He was probably listening to something else.
Hey, shout out to Trump for having the balls to put some shit like this on.
We'll watch this whole thing here. This might explain it a little bit better.
If I'm gonna say anything,
this thing is a tag.
More incredible than the Incredible Hulk, and that's my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Now listen, Alex Pereira, I want a shama on your mama. And lastly, Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America? Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Hogan.
So that was the whole thing. Anyway, Trump took the necklace, the thing off right away. So, but should we get into Mohawk? I mean, we have this stuff here that you can see, you could argue, okay, that could be something. That really looks weird. That, oh God. The thing gets me is the shoulders. She's got linebacker shoulders. She. I mean, that's the same person. I don't know. I mean, I've gone down this route, down this rabbit hole for a long time, and What people don't realize, this shit's been around for a long, long time. I'm not going to defend the Nazis by any means, but a lot of what the book burnings were going on, a lot of the things that they were stopping was transsexualism and surgeries going on. And this is in the 1920s into the 1930s. This has been going on. These experiments have been going on for 100 years now. We do not know what is actually going on behind closed doors in our government, our secret agencies that don't really report what they're doing because, well, they're higher ranked than anybody else. Yes, there's stuff out there that the president doesn't even know. Plain and simple. Presidents on a need-to-know basis. Sometimes plausible deniability is how the presidency keeps going. Bureaucrats and unelected people behind closed doors have been doing stuff. Everybody knows about Operation Paperclip now. It was a conspiracy theory until Avengers finally said something about it. Or Captain America, whichever one that was. So it was a conspiracy theory before that. But we know of over 1,000 Nazi scientists came to the United States. Our NASA program. What other things were they doing? Because we know they were experimenting with the other things too. So to say that all that knowledge from there got all burned up in the book burnings in Nazi Germany, no, I wouldn't think that all of them did get burned. I would think that a lot of those doctors that were experimenting at that point in time changed their names and got out of there. They would have had money. Kinsey, that was a strange dude too. But it makes you wonder, especially when you get into the good old Joan Rivers, who passed away she had some type of elective surgery and shit went sour and she died. And conspiracy theory that she says something and then weeks later she is no longer with us. But here's what she had just came back from doing a gay wedding in New York or something like that, officiating it, and get caught up by the paparazzi. So they're going to ask.
And do you think that the country will see the United States will see the first gay president, first woman president?
We already have it with Obama. So
Think that the country will see the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman president?
We already have it with Obama.
We already have it with Obama. He's gay.
So let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know Michelle is a trans.
I'm sorry, she's a what?
A transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh. The United States will see the first gay president.
There was a lot of information that was squashed with Obama. The more I've asked questions, the more we've dug deeper and gone down the rabbit holes. It's not a good picture by any means. But what do you do when the government has been taken over by unelected people that are behind the scenes of the world to push us in directions. We've been pushed with this fierce liberalism to ultimately destroy the Western civilization. Obviously push us into communism. You can dress it up any way you want. Socialism leads directly to communism. It's not a far step, but it's going to start off as fascism that we see from the left. I'm a free speech absolutist. I don't believe in hate speech. But if we were fascist, starting into fascism, you would see yourself getting arrested for speech like we see in that's going on in the UK. It's like 60 people a day are getting arrested for posts on social media because you might hurt somebody's feelings. I don't care. I've had my feelings hurt so many fucking times in my life. That's part of being alive. Not everything's going to go your fucking way. But liberals, and this started with the boomers generations, that we started letting we became a me society. We became prideful in oneself instead of prideful for a nation, a united nation, not the United Nations, but our United Nation. The UN needs to be disbanded. You want to get me on a subject? The United States needs to get out of the United Nations, and we need to get definitely out of. We are out of the WHO. We need to be out of NATO. You want to see billions of our dollars being wasted? That those are two prominent things that we're involved in that eat up our taxpayers' money. I forgot he was even on. But this is patriotism, and I agree wholeheartedly with Vance. I just talked about that today, but I mean, that's kind of the reason why, but it's not the reason why, because this is the same thing that I would have told you a decade ago, that I love my country. I understand where we came from. I was very much loving our early history of our nation, the Revolutionary War to the Constitution. But
some of it is obviously partisan, that, when your party's out of power, you have, less pride in the country. But what do
that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
you make of this huge drop off
So just I don't think that's right. Why does that need to be true that if your party's out of power, you should have less pride in your country? Like I guarantee that when Barack Obama was president or Joe Biden was pretending to be president, that you had Republicans who still said they're proud of America.
Yes. 100%. 100%. 100 fucking percent. I still love this nation, even though I'm seeing the downfall at certain times, and we kind of get picked back up. We're still in a pickup spot. We were on a very downhill spot. I can point the downhill spots, and it would be Republicans in there too. A lot of it has to do with the Democrats, but it's still this nation. This is still the best nation to live in. You do not have the freedom that we have here anywhere else. Anywhere else. The nice thing is I can hurt your feelings, tell you something that hurts your feelings, and you have the right to turn around and tell me something that's going to hurt my feelings. In other countries, UK being one of them, I insult you, I hurt your fifis, and now I'm going to get locked up because that's considered hate speech. There is no such thing as hate speech. Speech is speech. Done. One. There is. I understand we take these threats against each other a lot more seriously now, but there was time. Yeah, it was. Every day we're playing football. I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna fucking. Now that can get you thrown in jail because that is not protected speech. There is a fine line in there of actually being threatening or just saying it to say it. I mean, you're not literally gonna go kill somebody, but you know, yeah, if I had $1 for every time I said it, I would be very well off. Just going through grade school, for God's sakes. Or had it said to me, oh my. A couple of those times we're past that point of trying to just to hurt my feelings. Just saying. I won't include PD. But we'll continue on with this.
They're proud of our military. They're proud of the great people of our country. They're proud of our natural beauty. Like it says, I think 29% of Americans or of Democrats are proud of their country. I assume that includes you, even though you disagree with the present administration. So what seems to me so bizarre about this is that we've allowed a culture to develop where people feel like the country is the country's politics. And I think it's actually connected to the violent rhetoric, where if you disagree with somebody, you can justify killing them. It's really, really a bad thing. I wish Democrats, all of them, were proud of our country. We should be proud of our country.
Yeah, 100%. The president doesn't define our nation, not by any means. What defines our nation is the people that, from the East Coast to the West Coast, from Canada to Mexico, we make this nation. The products we make, it is our pride in our country. We should want a president and our government to work with us to make our products here and ship them to the world so they can enjoy the fruits of our labor and be paid back with either money or equal amount of goods. So it's a fair trade. I get fair trade. But there's no fair trade in the world right now. We have run a deficit on trade. That's why we had the tariffs. But it's a different subject. I keep getting on weird tangents. Like I tell you, if you listen to me, if you interact with me at all, I can get off on weird tangents. I've had conversations where I started off on subject A. We got all the way to subject Z. Well, in A, half hour later, we get back to finishing subject A. But we have gone through all the rest of the alphabet. So, yes, we should all be patriots. We should all love our country, and we should have a president that's going to look out for us, make sure that we are equally compensated for our goods going out of the country. And that's all we can ask for. Other than that, we would pray that the government keep the fuck out of our lives. But some of you out there want to be governed harder. And I really pity you that you think that you need to rely on other people for 100% of your life. I don't rely on people. I know that if I need something done, I'm going to be the person that does it because I've learned how to do things and whatever. Anyway, another tangent. Let's get on to the Newscum. Oh, Newscum. We'll kind of let this play in the background.
In recent days, federal agents have knocked on the doors of family, friends, and former employees. Not because they found a crime, because they're simply trying to find one. They're demanding records. They're abusing the grand jury process, digging through years and years of random documents. Donald Trump isn't just coming after me because of my mean tweets. He's coming after me because I'm considering running for president, because he hates that I've consistently called him out over and over.
Okay, you could say that. Just like Trump said that the DOJ was coming after him, and we've got lawsuits having to do with that, especially the Jean Carroll outfit, where everything was funded by a billionaire who hated Trump. So, is he being targeted? I don't know. I mean, I think that he has done enough shady shit in his life that he should be investigated, especially having to do with money. Always money. I mean, anybody remember back with his COVID lockdowns, rules for thee, not for me. You all wear a mask and stay in your fucking house, or else I'm going to go out party at the French Laundry with all my other buddies, and we're not going to wear a mask. Now, see, when that shit happened in the Spanish flu, I forget what year that was, 17, 18, somewhere around there, they had mask mandates then. San Francisco was on there. And San Francisco is where it all changed. Is when there was a boxing match. And not everybody went to boxing matches. At the time, more richer people went to it. And of course, the local government people were there. And there was a photograph of it because we had photography. And lo and behold, none of them are wearing masks. And everybody revolted because everybody read the newspapers. Here's all your city leaders saying, you need to do this, but we're not going to do it. You know what? Fuck you. Then we don't have to do it. And the mask thing went away. I mean, that's not a chargeable offense or anything else like that. But what they're looking at is a lot of this is like behest payments. It just looks really fucking bad. It's legal in a way. They've it used to be done behind closed doors, and nobody knew about these deals. But now they can openly do it. But in the state of California, the governor there, he can go to his rich friends and say, "Hey, my wife, or not my wife, but my second cousin, twice removed, Larry over here, he wants to start this nonprofit. He's got this nonprofit, and he's kind of having some troubles. Can you invest in him? Here's what he wants to do. He's going to need, we're going to talk out all the figures and stuff." And lo and behold, this nonprofit gets donations from wealthier people. Where it would be illegal is if there's a kickback to the governor off of that, and there probably is. But he's been doing a lot of this. Newsom's been doing a lot of this for his wife's nonprofits, where she cares about the women, the girls and the women, but not enough to let them just compete against other women, other girls, but men pretending to be girls, women. She famously had the lawsuit against Weinstein and lost that because, well, evidently she gave herself to Weinstein. Weinstein didn't have to rape her. But it had probably, I can 99% guarantee this is not political motivated. There is whistleblowers that have, he has had, his former chief of staff was arrested and charged. Where was that? Yeah, these payments, donations above $5,000 must be declared. But they're still loose with those rules. It wasn't this story. Oh, it wasn't that story. Damn, what was the other one I was reading? Yeah. He got fined on some of these donations and stuff like that. $3,100 ethic violation. But they've got other bigger things on him. He can whine and cry and say that
again
this
for
is
his
all
lies
Trump's
and deceit.
a liar.
Donald Trump is simply the most corrupt president in American history. He's turned the levers of government into his own personal power ministries to reward cronies.
But we actually have proof that Biden did, or whoever was in charge, went after Trump. We have that information. We have the information that Obama was behind the coup against a sitting president. No charges filed yet. But here we are. Is this a political? Does this look politically good that he's trying to get out ahead of this? I mean, just because you're being investigated, does it really mean anything? Because if they don't find anything, they're not going to say that they didn't find anything for the most part. Even when they do find things, no attorney in their right mind would charge Hillary Clinton with these crimes. In other words, nobody wants to be suicided. Yep, lost it. Tangents. Yeah, I've lost it. Anyway, is it good to get out ahead of it? Okay. I don't know how well that's going to work in his favor. I don't think you have the rally that Trump did when we knew you changed the laws to be able to charge him with things. We've made up stories about how much property is worth. We tried every which way but loose to get this guy. Now the biggest thing is he's a pedophile. He's in the Epstein. Yeah, he's on the Epstein files everywhere. You're right. But I can guarantee these files sat around for 4 years with Biden in there. If there was anything in the redacted stuff that we haven't seen on Trump, we would have known then. But it wasn't like there was a huge investigation into this. The Democrats didn't give two shits about Epstein. He didn't give two shits about Epstein either until Trump mentions it and says we're going to release shit. Bondi drops the fucking ball on the whole goddamn thing because she's just stupid. And now Trump's everywhere in this, and there's raping kids and blah, 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 blah. Again, I don't believe that because I feel you would have used that ammunition. He wouldn't be going into his last half of he's almost 2 years into his term. I mean, it's stupid, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Spike Lee, he's whining and crying about keeping ICE out of the victory parades.
When we win, whether it's home or away, it's going to be bananas. It's going to be craziness. It's going to be love.
This is a very racist guy. To
NYPD
with, in my opinion,
can't control that. The Marines, National Guard, just don't bring in the motherfucking ICE. No ICE. I've said this more than once. ICE is not welcome.
ICE is already in New York City. Yeah, the Knicks won. Woo. I don't follow basketball anymore. They're going to have a ticker tape parade. Good for them. Only when the Yankees win. The only part about New York I like is the Yankees. So, but go out with a funny. We're gonna call it a day and get out of here. Love to see people join, get the word out, spread the message. Love to talk to you guys, but here's a salute to all my Marine Corps friends and that I've had throughout my life. We love giving you guys shit. This one's for you. There you go, my friends. No hard feelings to you guys. No hard feelings to the Marine Corps. I love you guys. You guys fuck shit up. That's for sure. So, but we gotta give you shit. So we'll see you guys on Thursday, 7 o'clock Central Time. We will see what else happens in this glorious fucking world. Hopefully, we're seeing gas prices going down, and hopefully, nobody is fucked up with this potential signing of this deal, and if it even holds after that, because deals usually don't. But anyway, guys, stay safe. God bless, and we'll see you later. Thank you.